Let's get you the latest on the war in Ukraine now. President Biden is making startling comments about Russia's threats to use tactical nuclear weapons in Ukraine.
During a fundraiser in New York, President Biden said the risk of nuclear Armageddon is at the highest level since the Cuban Missile Crisis. The comments come as the Ukrainian city of Zaporizhzhia sees another deadly attack on civilians from Russian forces. CBS News foreign correspondent Charlie Daggett shows us the aftermath of this latest attack.
Emergency teams scrambled in a desperate search for those who survived the missile strike, at times finding those who did not. We arrived to find firefighters dousing a mountain of twisted metal and debris, war crimes investigators looking through the rubble, local residents in disbelief. Several hours after the rocket attack, and the building is still smoldering. This is no longer a rescue operation. This is a building smack dab in the middle of Zaporizhzhia. And while the city is firmly under Ukrainian control, it's the regional capital of one of the areas President Putin illegally annexed just days ago. Olena got a 5 a.m. phone call from her 70-year-old mother saying she was trapped beneath the rubble.
Is she going to be okay? Was she injured?
She has broken ribs, a lung contusion, and a broken leg, she said, but she is alive.
Are you okay? You seem very composed. Were you not terrified? Are you not angry?
Very angry. It's not possible in our time. It's not possible. And our country help. We need help.
Lying on the pavement, 3 of at least 11 people killed here.
More innocent victims of President Putin's senseless war that had nothing to do with it.
It's the second major missile attack targeting residents in Zaporizhzhia within a week. Last Friday, we saw the aftermath of a strike on a civilian convoy that killed at least 30 people. Battlefield commanders tell us Russian forces are in complete disarray. Their retaliation, launching long-range weapons into residential areas, spreading terror. What Russia can't capture, it seeks to destroy.
One reason for recent successes, according to a British intelligence report today, Ukrainians have captured so many Russian tanks, at least 440. It's estimated that roughly half of the Ukrainian tank fleet now consists of Russian tanks. Errol?
Charlie, really eye-opening, as usual, footage and images from your report there, particularly these ongoing attacks to civilian areas. It's just quite stunning. But as Ukraine advances in these Russian-held regions, do you think we're more likely to see these brazen Russian strikes on civilian spots like we just saw in Zaporizhzhia?
That's already started happening. And when you mention the word brazen, those are the attacks that we're seeing. Now, Zaporizhzhia, we have to point out, is not close to the front lines. It's about 25 miles from Russian-held territory. And what makes it contentious is the fact that President Putin has declared that territory, including Zaporizhzhia, the city we were in, as Russian territory. So these attacks, they can be seen as cynical, random, whether it was by mistake or whether it was intentional, it spreads terror. So these attacks are happening in, congested urban areas. These are residential areas. There are no military targets in sight. They are easily within reach of Russian firepower. In fact, almost the entire country is within reach of Russian firepower. So I wouldn't necessarily call Zaporizhzhia a frontline town or a frontline city like Lyman, which had been fought over. But the way it's split with the Dnieper River, you've got the Russians who own one side of it. Zaporizhzhia itself, not to be confused with the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, Zaporizhzhia, the city, is miles away, but it is within reach. So what we've seen in that attack on civilians, that civilian convoy that was headed into Russian-held territory, at that pinch point, it's only about 12 miles. But Zaporizhzhia, the city, is about 25 miles away. And this is like a downtown area. This is a main street. And you may have the impression, partly because of what we're reporting and everybody else is reporting, that the entire country is a war zone. But that's just not the case. Zaporizhzhia is a fully functioning city. All the stores are open. The hotels are working. People are walking out in the streets. We don't wear flak jackets when we're walking around there because if the civilians are walking around, we walk around too. So it's not it's a place that they would have gone to bed last night not thinking that they were going to be the target of a Russian attack.
Charlie, that really helps to paint the picture of what it is that residents there are experiencing at this time. And I wonder if there's any indication about where the strikes against that city center, Zaporizhzhia, may have originated from. Do we know that? And also, you mentioned a moment ago the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. What is the current status of that, Charlie, at this point? What do we know?
Yeah, well, Elaine, that has become an issue. I know it's been an issue for several weeks and months because of the attacks that have been happening at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, both from outside Ukrainian forces attacking it and from Russian forces. And I know it sounds counterintuitive that Russian forces would be attacking it too because it's a flashpoint, essentially. What has made this an important development in the past couple of days is that the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is in the territory that is controlled by Russia. Not Zaporizhzhia, the city, that's at least 60 miles away. Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant is within control of Russian officials and the Russian military. President Putin has said that that plant is now under Russian control. That has caused all kinds of triggers, not least among the IAEA. This should not be a plant that's being fought over, militarily or politically. It is a Ukrainian plant on Ukrainian soil. It has been taken over by Russian forces. For a time, the plant's manager, whether you want to use the word kidnapped or detained or whatever, he was taken away by Russian forces for maybe 24 hours or so and released. It is still being run by the Ukrainian authorities that have been running the plant. But yes, President Putin, this is a move where he wants to make sure that that plant is on Russian territory, that he is declared. And this is what makes this whole region contentious. When we were in Lyman, for instance, we were in the Donbass region, again, a place that President Putin has declared Russia's own. We're standing on Russian soil, yet Ukrainian forces are pushing into those areas in ways that they hadn't even before the announcement a week ago today, and in Kherson. So President Putin may have made these declarations, but all that was really a starting whistle for Ukrainian forces to push even further east and further south. Zaporizhzhia is contentious because if he's going to claim that that area is Russian territory, that means taking over Zaporizhzhia, the city itself. And these attacks on civilian areas, I don't know whether that suggests that they want to push forward in an offensive, whether it's to spread terror. But these were not, as I witnessed myself, these are not attacks on military targets. They are falling down. And when I say Main Street, this isn't like on the edge of town. This is smack dab in the middle of Zaporizhzhia, really upmarket neighborhood, and just drop these flats or these apartments. There isn't any indication as to whether this is a sort of forward military advance, not a frontline advance that we've seen in places like Lyman and other places. Zaporizhzhia is 25 miles from anything happening along that Russian-held border.
It's just incredibly sobering to hear the stories, to see the images. Charlie D'Agata, thanks as always to you and your crew for continuing to tell those stories. We appreciate it.